How to use the vocab link technique. We use this to memorize vocabulary, definitions, scientific definitions. When it comes to physics, law, whatever it may be. Yeah? Now, these are the steps. Break up the words into smaller words. Step number 1. Step number 2, turn each word into a visual image. 3, create a link. And number 4, link the last image to the definition. Again, do you guys see that the underlying concept always remains the same? And that is to turn each item that you want into a visual image and create a link. Or we can always go mental folder, image link. Application exercise, defenestration. Anyone knows the meaning? One of the definition of defenestration is to throw a thing or a person out the window. Now, step number 1, break up the words into smaller words. Defenestration, right? Phonetically, don't worry about spelling, phonetically. Defense, that's the first word I can get. Now, usually, the first image that pops up in your mind, that's the image that you want to use. When you think of defense, what do you guys think of? What image do you see in your head? Soldier, NS, military, tank, shield, good. For me, I always think of a shield as well. Maybe a knight with a shield. So that's going to be my first visual image, defense, the knight with the shield. Next word I can get, phonetically, I'm going to use the word nest there. Bird's nest, again, I'm forming a link here. I've got my knight, and then behind the knight, there's a nest, a bird nest. To create a link so that item touch, I'm just going to use the knight. Maybe his right leg is on the nest, defense nest. Ration, food ration. So I'll visualize on the nest, just layers upon food ration. Now, first step, break up the words into smaller words, guys. Defense, nest, ration. Second step, turn each word into a visual image. We have done that. Third step, we create a link. To create a link, the images must be in contact. What is the fourth step? The most important step. We need to link it to the definition. Again, out of my experience, a lot of guys would form that link, but missing the last step, and that is to link it to the definition, to throw a person out of the window. So this is where you create a story or visual image. You can imagine someone trying to steal the ration, the knight holds onto him and throw him out the window. In your mind's eye, just create a window. It does not have to make sense, as long as you visualize it in steps and order. Okay, boffin. First step, break up the words into smaller words. Boar. So for me, I will go for a wild boar. Fin with a fin on the wild boar. Meaning of boffin, a scientific expert. When I think of a scientific expert, honestly, the first person that pops up in my head is either Albert Einstein followed by Nikola Tesla. So I visualize Albert Einstein maybe doing some experiment on the fin, not on the boar, because the boar is already done, right? I've got boar, the wild boar. I've got the fin. I need to link fin to the scientific expert. So visualize that. Boffin, then you get Nikola Tesla or Albert Einstein doing experiments on the fin of the boar. Minimata disease is accidental ingestion of mercury. Break up the words into smaller words, create an image, and link it to the definition. Make it fun. Can I get a volunteer to share their link with us? Minnie Mouse found dead on a door, met after licking a mercury drop from a broken thermometer. Done. Good one. Main concept. Again, always create a mental folder. In this case, can anyone guess what the mental folder was? Let's say for Minimata disease. It can be Minnie, which is Minnie Mouse, or it can be the definition as well. Either way. Turn each item into a visual image, form a link, use your entire brain to remember, form associations. Something that you do not know. I do not know what Minimata disease is, but I know what Minnie Mouse is. So something that you do not know, you link it to something that you know. That is association. Foreign language technique, same step as the vocab link technique. That is to break up the words into smaller words, turn it into a visual image, link it to the definition. Cheers in Japanese is kanpai. So you can imagine you going to a bar filled with Japanese businessmen there and businesswomen. You're saying cheers, and then I need to link cheers to kanpai, or link kanpai to cheers. Either way, doesn't have to be very complicated, but try to break up the words kanpai and cheers. Kanpai, have to drink rather than eat pies. There you go. A link as simple as that will help. Lunch is chu shoku. Anyone? Try to imagine having like a Japanese lunch, maybe like sushi or like ramen. Chew, show, cool. So you chew and then you show and then your friend goes cool. You cool, is it? Are you crazy? Either way to form that link. But don't forget, just like your vocab link technique, link it back to the definition. In this case, link it back to lunch. Friend, tomodachi. How would you guys do this? Tomato touching and hugging as friend. Good. Friend eating tomato, dates, and cheese. Tomodachi, cheese. Nice. Two more dashing friend. Nice. You guys are getting the hang of it. What about help? Tasukete or tasukete. So you imagine maybe yourself in Tokyo, right, on the street, and you're shouting for this. Create that link there. Touch, kite. Good. Don't forget to link it to help. What's your visual image of help? Maybe someone drowning, waving their arms around. Task to get that. Good, possible, that can work.